Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Vicky. Glad you can join me again. We made it out of the basement, so just doing a quick walkthrough. This is the day after they did all the testing on the moisture to see what was going on. Red means bad, but yeah, just to kind of see. We had a laminate flooring originally, and we couldn't find a match, so we had to replace the entire flooring and the main level. But they're going to come through, rip everything out, and I just want you to sit back and enjoy. So you saw that we definitely had a mess on our hands for a good 4 months. What you saw was the half bath hallway, kitchen area, dining room area, and like a little, I call it like the pet food area. Um, so I did save you from me doing drywall. I think we've got that figured out. So no need for that, right? But anyway, so now I'm working on the floor in the bathroom, and we decided to go with tile because tile I think is a little bit more substantial if it comes to where we ever have water damage. This is the culprit. This space right here. This is where it all happened. It's only a 5x8 space, not very big, but big enough to cause all the problems. So I was working on the cement board there. I decided to go with cement board over the Sluter dimple board stuff because it is a small space. Typically, they prefer it on larger spaces just because you have there's Libby. She's going to make sure we're doing a good job. She's not much of a supervisor, but she keeps a close eye on everything. But anyways, back to the cement board. I think they prefer it on larger spaces just because that way, if there's movement in the floor, since we're on a wood subfloor, and I'm sure it will happen eventually. But anyways, so you are required to put down a compound to have a well, I don't say you're required, but suggested, or at least they say you to do it. The compound underneath the cement board, so there's a good strong bond, and then you go back and you screw that into the floor as well to really sandwich it together. This is actually a lot easier to do than I thought it was going to be. The cement board cut a lot easier than I thought it was going to cut as well. It just needed a good utility knife, and you could snap a lot of it. I did drill holes for some parts. Now this one part where the sewer line there, I did a good job on that cut. I'm proud of myself. That was probably one of the best cuts I did. There it is right there. Spot on. So originally, you'll see the water lines for the sink there. They were going to charge me about $500 to move those water lines because I did buy a different sink for this space. And I was afraid we're going to have to shift them over a little bit closer to where the toilet was going to be. And it turns out when I started doing, dry testing everything, that I just needed to push those water lines back. So I just elongated those holes there because we're going to cover it up with the board anyway. So I figured, nobody will know except for me for the most part. So I did, like I said, 2 boards on this one. Just made it easier for me to get the boards in there and to secure it, making sure we have a good bond. And then I'm going to do the same over by the sink. So here I started in the corner here with the tile. Now this tile has a great story because originally I was looking at a tile that was a marble tile as well. And it was a mosaic. So I really wanted a mosaic in this space because our home is originally a colonial style home. And I wanted to kind of pay homage to that a little bit. And being that it's such a small space as well, I wanted a smaller tile and, nothing that was too ornate, but something that wouldn't be too overwhelming for the space as well. So I found this beautiful tile and it was like $28 a square foot. And that's per sheet. And it was going to be a lot, but my husband and I, we both really loved it, and we were really going to just go bite the bullet and do it. And, for this little tiny space, we were looking at spending anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 on tile and getting it installed and everything. And we were originally going to take it out into the hallway, into the pet food area that I like to call. But after, looking things over, I think it was going to be too much of a transition from the darker floor, because we went with a cherry colored floor because that's what we had originally, and that's what my husband loves. We did make some compromise on it. I found something I really liked. So anyways, back to the tile. There's a place they're a little bit of everywhere, but the place I typically get it from it's out of South Carolina, but it's called MacBids. And there's a website, and it's online auction to where it's returned and overstock and things like that. Somebody buys something from Amazon, they return it, and then Amazon just doesn't take it back. They just ship it to these kind of places. And you can go back in and bid on it. So I got these tiles, which at Home Depot, because I found them, because I was curious to see what kind of savings I was going to have on it, and if I was actually getting a good deal or not, is that they were about $24.99 or $23.99 a tile or a sheet. So I ended up getting 9 boxes with 12 sheets per box for less than $500. Now I did buy extra because, again, like our original plan was to, move it all down through the hallway. And I still paid a fraction of what I would have bought that other tile for. And it's very similar. The style is similar to what it was. I'll have to pop up what the original tile that we wanted looked like. But anyway, so there was a bidding war at some point. I was battling somebody else, and all they had was 9 boxes, so it's not like it's a stash of these. So I ended up, I think some boxes I spent $20 on, some boxes I spent $40 on, but I made sure I got all of them just so I knew I had enough product to, finish my project. And the thing is, you never know if this is, there's Mono. He's, my supervisors are all over this. You never know. They may be discontinued. They're no longer making it. So, either way, or if it was something was broken down the road, because sometimes you get some janky stuff from these websites. So I just wanted to make sure I had what I needed. And it was a lot easier to lay down than I thought. I know a lot of people are hesitant when they do like smaller tiles, so there's a little more extra work in it, but it laid down beautifully. It was easier to work with, like I said, than I thought. I was able to patch and fix things here and there, and I did eventually go buy myself a tile cutter table. So it's like a little tiny portable table. Ryobi makes it, and it made it a lot easier to make these cuts, and it puts water out the entire time. So it's a little intimidating when I first started to do it because I wasn't sure if I was doing it right. But once I got a hang of it, it was, I felt like a true tile master, and like I knew what I'm doing. Like I can talk a good story. So, but anyways, I ended up, finishing us up a lot easier. I did it in one night, got it all down. This is what it looks like before the grout. So it really looks great. It's beautiful. And there it is with the grout. I went with a light gray grout because I wanted it to be, and I had even did the transition, marble transition piece there. Here it is all finished. I think it turned out beautiful. I even did the marble transit piece there. All the projects I've done, this is the best project. Now, I did put in a new sink and new toilet. Now, these right here, I got a good deal. So the toilet came from MacBits. I have less than $100, probably $75 in the whole unit there. And then the sink itself, I got off the marketplace for $40. And that set right there is the Memoir by Kroller set. Would have been about $1,500 just for a sink and toilet. Isn't that crazy? But like I said, I wanted to kind of bring it back to what the colonial style home, and that kind of screams it to me. And they've been fantastic, and easier to install than you would think. So we're gonna do a quick walk through the rest of the space. So our original floor in this is the laminate, and it's a cherry color. It doesn't read as red as it actually does, but it was pretty more on the red side, not a good cherry. And because we couldn't find this floor to replace it, we had to replace all of the flooring. And this flooring goes through the entire house, upstairs and downstairs. That is why we went with another cherry flooring. My husband and I pulled up all the flooring, and I saved all the good pieces. My nephew is working on a small house for himself, and it needs new flooring. And originally I asked the contractors if they can, remove it and save it. And then they were going to charge us extra $500 to do that because it was going to slow them down. And I just can't, if you haven't figured it out, I like to be pretty frugal with a lot of things. And if I can save something and give it to somebody who needs it, and in this case, my nephew, I will. So we pulled up all the flooring and all the underlayment of the quiet walk there, and I gave it all to my nephew. I even gave my original sink and toilet to my nephew, so when he does his remodel on his house, he has that to kind of freshen things up. And here's the new floor. It's LVP. It is what is it? Life proof, I believe. This was a booger to get as well because apparently everybody likes cherry floor now. So went to go order it, and it was out of stock, and it took about a month and a half to get the flooring in. And I did go with Home Depot and have them install it because it was like 99 cents a square foot or something like that. And I can't, argue with that. They did all the hard work. And you can see we're just kind of like walking over through the living room now going into the kitchen area. I'm really happy. It's been a fantastic floor. And this is where we go into the downward washer and dryer. So again, I appreciate you guys really taking the time, spending it with me. I do hope to, we'll see you next time. And if you like it, please like, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.